Rapport isn't built by sugarcoating. It's built the moment they realise, shit, this person cares enough to shock me awake. Not coddle, not comfort, but risk offence. Because letting them drown would be worse. Offending them, it's surgery, not assault. A surgeon cuts not to harm, but to heal. Same blade, different intent. Same throat, different impact. If you hold back for fear of offending, it's like watching someone drown while you hesitate, because you don't want to mess up their hair. They die pretty, they still die. What do you value more, politeness or saving someone's life? A fire alarm isn't polite, it screams, and you're grateful as hell that it does. Offence isn't rejection, it's fertilizer. You stir the soil, and sometimes it stinks before things grow. Offence is the smell of growth. When your older brother punched your arm to snap you out of a dumb decision, it wasn't cruelty, it was protection in disguise. Shock could be love wearing armour. So how do you already do this? When you tell your friend, don't text your ex, you'll regret it. You're risking their annoyance to save them pain. When you yell at a toddler running toward traffic, you don't give a fuck if they cry. You care that they live. When you tease your buddy for skipping the gym, that playful jab is a jolt, a shock that keeps them accountable. You already shock people awake in micro ways. Rapport grows from those moments of tough love. Civilizations collapse when everyone is tiptoeing around not offending. Progress requires friction. Truth isn't polite, but it's necessary. The bigger frame, shock care, is the fuel of evolution. No species, no society grows by coddling mediocrity. So why does this work? Neuroscience. Surprise interrupts predictive coding. When the brain expects comfort but gets a jolt, it opens a gap. Plasticity booms. That's the neural doorway of change. Memory encoding. Strong emotion, offence, laughter, shock, it floods the amygdala. Attach truth to that state, and it imprints permanently. Behavioural psychology. Pattern interrupts break loops. Confusion to openness, to suggestion, to integration. Erickson used this like magic, and you can too. If you don't, you keep people comfortable as they self-destruct. You become an accomplice to their slow death. That's karmic cowardice. If you do, you risk offence, yes, but you also become unforgettable. The one who cared enough to throw a lightning bolt when everyone else whispered lullabies. That's karmic courage. So why are you afraid? You fear rejection, but rejection of truth is temporary. Regret of silence is permanent. You fear being misunderstood, but all prophets, inventors, and revolutionaries were misunderstood first, thanked later. You fear your own power, because deep down you know your words can burn. And you're scared of fire. But fire cooks food, forges steel, and lights the dark. Confusion cracks the old shell. When you shock someone awake, their old belief structure wobbles. The brain hates vacuum, so it clutches for a new anchor. That's when you lead, offering the new belief, the higher identity. Shock isn't the end. It's the open door. So why do you get stuck? Conditioned to be nice. Conditioned to avoid conflict. Conditioned to equate politeness with love, but the truth. Love that never risks conflict is cowardice in disguise. The top patterns that need interrupting: victimhood spirals, comfort addiction, procrastination dressed as self-care, playing small to avoid rocking the boat, people-pleasing while your own soul starves. Every one of these dies the moment someone cares enough to say, "Wake the fuck up." I know you want connection, harmony, peace. And sometimes the deepest harmony is created when you risk disharmony. Because false peace is poison, and real peace requires fire. Use their values to bridge them to the truth. That's rapport. If you embody this belief, you become magnetic, unforgettable. People trust you deeply because you're the rare soul who'd rather offend them than abandon them. You live as fire, carving paths. If you don't, you stay in the polite purgatory, liked maybe, respected never, forgotten absolutely. And as you remember all the ways you've already done this, you can begin to notice new opportunities appearing, where you can shock, awake with care, so naturally, so effortlessly that it feels like breathing. Because your unconscious understands that every moment you risk offence for truth. You plant seeds of love deeper than comfort ever could. And each time you do, you become the alarm clock, the lifeguard, the scalpel, the gardener. And people will curse you in the moment and thank you for the rest of their lives. Listen, if you don't do this, life will beat the shit out of them anyway. Better they hate you for 5 minutes than resent you forever for staying silent. Cause and effect is simple. Speak truth with fire. You save lives. Stay silent in politeness. You let people drown smiling. So wake the fuck up. Wake them the fuck up. Because real rapport isn't about being liked. It's about being the one who loves enough to risk everything for truth.